people injured here, 3v3 faction war. This is Hades Wastes and the Imperial Guard versus Eldar. For the blue Imperial Guard team we have two Lord Generals. First up, Sergeant Retardo K. Aquila, and this is Chaos 23. These guys fight in ranged combat with retinue of stormtroopers, can add to the retinue and really strong defense and support. Alongside Sergeant Smith 501 with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee with a refractor shield. The Death Core of Krieg DLC here. Red Eldar then, two Farseers. First up, YazouI, Samaiel with the Ulthway DLC. And here's Lokyo with some more Ulthway, I think. Support heroes that fight in melee with strong buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Rounding off the teams is Darkar with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Is he going to leap? There he goes. I guess the destruct has already happened. I don't see any damage. Oh, maybe hit those guys. Big miss with the fancy special attack, Mr. Warlock. As is usually happens, the two melee heroes ignore each other and go for the ranged units. I think they're all Ulthway, aren't they? This is going to be confusing then. I'm going to get everything mixed up constantly, even more than usual. What is this? Just some Dire Avengers capping. As you'd expect, Sentinel's going to be really strong early on in these opening fights. They'll just plink away at these Dire Avengers and they won't bleed models. Imagine if you've got like a squad of 3 Sentinels. That'd be fun. And by fun I mean terrifying, which is fun in Warhammer 40k land. We have some Howling Banshees for Darkar. Wasn't expecting that. Was expecting them to go straight into Shuriken cannons and stuff, but we'll see how the Banshees do. Maybe they can bait some stomps and then get stuck into the low-level heroes and stuff. What is this? Farseer went all the way through to try and decap. The Lord General was not pleased. And we're going to get a 2-to-1 cap here. Maybe even a double, because look at this. Sentinels decapping for the Imperial Guard. Commissar throws up the shield. Got a bit of XP. Banshees hanging back. They did drop a model to the Sentinel, I believe. So yeah, Sentinels can decap points, but they can't cap them. For some reason. You know, balance. And that. Run away. Those guys backing off. Shuriken hits the field for Darkar. Suppression platform with a limited firing arc. One up for YazouI. Maybe Darkar as the mid player should get 2 of them. I'd say. Then it's up to the Imperial Guard to counter that stuff with Catachans and the like. Catachans are good against multiple setup teams because not only do they have 2 ways to disrupt them, one of them relatively close, they also have the smoke grenade thing for suppression immunity. I don't think it gives. Does it give you? I think it gives you damage resistance as well. The Lord Generals themselves have the Carapace armor for suppression immunity, but I don't think Stand Firm gives you any damage resistance. You need to be careful about getting close. Triple Dire Avengers, all of them with aspects. Could see some nasty grenades on this side. Catachans are up for Sergeant Smith. Very versatile unit. Can tax your micro though. West side turning red, but I don't think we'll be able to finish it. Farseer with his Spirit Stones in. And there is that spiritual right heel. And the medical sergeant is in for the Lord General there. Guide thrown onto the guarding weapon team. Firing up. Reflects the buff in range. Lord Commissar getting stuck into some stuff, but there's Banshees, needs to be careful. Gonna go down, I think. They're gonna chase and kill. And they take him out. Didn't quite come in time. That shotgun blast from the Catachans. And they drop a model before they get out. 500 to 417 on the VPs. Sentinel does have the ground pound. I hear grenades and stuff going off over it. Bunch of Dire Avengers died though. Barely got away in fact. Guide thrown up again on the guarding weapon team. That was the smoke grenade from the Catachans. And we do see Carapace armor from the Lord General. Can't hold against this. Sergeant Smith helping out on the west side. And they're going to get that 2-to-1 back, I think, unless big old flank from Darkar maybe. Grenade launchers up here for Chaos 23. And, of course, Carapace armor on the way of Doombringer. Do we have the Immolator? We do. Set fire to people because fire pretty strong against humans, I think. They don't like it. There's the immolator. Decent burst of damage on those guardsmen. Generally not going to see players just stand in it. There's no... oh, decent grenade. There's no movement reduction on the immolator, so they generally just run away. But it's area denial. Because again, fire bad. 481 to 414. Throws guide up on the Garni weapon team. Trying to get his cap done here is Lokyo. Good play. Good stomp as well. Big old domino knockback on those double Dire Avengers. Can they get away? Can they chuck a grenade? Another one. Maybe they chucked them both already. They are being quite aggressive here, suggesting they have a grenade to throw kind of thing. Maybe these guys should move up a bit. Try and lock down the power here. Artillery spotters for Sergeant Smith. Smoke. Now this is bad smoke. This messes up your range, as you can see. Unlike Catachin smoke, which is good smoke. Farseer's Doombringer starts smacking on Catachins. Needs to be careful so that these guys, they got disrupted. Yeah, a couple of seconds later on that retreat and they might have wiped. Because those grenade launchers do decent bursts of damage. Warlock just hanging out here. Maybe could have gone for a power bash on the mid. Guess they were worried about being flanked, knowing that that ally was going to get pushed off. What is this though? We do have a power bash on the west side. In fact, 2 generators are being built. Is that just late gens or did they get bashed already? It's 4 shurikens then into tier 2, I guess. And a heavy weapon squad for Sergeant Retardo K. Aquila. You know, guys, you can carry like crates of ammo and stuff. Just put it around their shoulders like real men. 397 to 414. Any war gear for the Lord Commissar? Nope. Tier 2 then. Wraithguard, perhaps. Maybe a Falcon or 2. Perhaps Darkar, as the mid player, should get a Falcon. And a bunch of Wraithguard alongside them. What is this? Catachin's decapping. Grenades going in. Heavy weapon squad. I don't think they're going to be able to fire, are they? No. Let's check this. Yeah, it does not give damage resistance. Warlock just being shot up here by shotguns. Runs away. Oh, that would have been a good place for an immolator. Good place for a grenade too. Didn't actually kill one. Lots of disruption. Catachin's now getting to melee with some Dire Avengers. Dire Avengers don't like that. These guys have power melee damage, so they can even be a threat to low-level heroes. Hell, even high-level heroes if they are ranged heroes. 382 to 405. Farseer getting some kills in. She's into level 2. What about the others? Not quite level 2 on those guys, and none of the Imperial Guard fellas are tier 2, level 2 yet. Speaking of tier 2, where's the Falcon? There's one. Darkar does indeed get one up. 382 to 394. Very close on VPs. Both teams put in a solid performance, I think. Kind of went as expected. Did a bit of early pressure from the guard and then shurikens hit the field and then they tried to counter them. It was pretty even. There's the rune armor for the Psychic Storm. I think this is getting nerfed in the next update, 295. Just a slightly longer cooldown, I think, on it. Some exploding Eldar on the east side. Contested power is red there and blue here, but it's not noded on the west. It's a Wraith Lord for YazouI Samaiel. Was expecting Wraith Guard before I saw Wraith Lord, but here we go. Might force missile launcher purchases on the Sentinels. Chimera on the way for Sergeant Smith. Chaos 23 with a Stormtrooper squad. We have more Falcon. This is Lokyo now. Doom on the Catachins makes them run. The Commissar getting stuck into the back lines. Level 2. And there's a decent immolator. Now what? Now he's trying to set fire to the Lord Commissar. Some good grenades as well. Those Catachins got messed up. I think that was a double grenade. They barely got away. 382 to 346. Falcon pushing really far forward for Lokyo. Maybe a bit too far. Where are those Stormtroopers? They are getting the anti-armor kit. And these guys will make short work of a transport. So they get a melter bomb too. Especially if they get onto rear armor. This might be a dead Falcon right here. I think it's going to blow up, you guys. There it is. It's not going to get away. Just 2 bursts. And the melter was enough on rear armor. Sentinel also had a missile launcher. If it did try to get away, could have been chased. 382 to 334 on the VP. Still pretty close. He's a Wraith Lord. Pretty badass. Got a big old sword. And this one has a shoulder-mounted shuriken. Grenade misses. Stormtroopers actually forcing melee combat onto the Dire Avengers, which is actually working out for him pretty well. Chimera, much like the Falcon, is a support vehicle. Doesn't quite have the firepower of a Falcon, but gets a job done. I mean, you can man the turrets for some good anti-infantry damage, but the Falcon can damage vehicles pretty well. Couldn't quite get the cap done, the Warlock level 2. Missile launcher. Did they all have missile launchers? Oh, Chaos has lost their Sentinel. Where was that? Can we find the remains of it? Maybe. There it is. I found it. Lord Commissar also cannot get the cap. I think Eldar are going to grab it here for the 2-to-1. And pressure on the east side might be a triple. I don't think so though. We have a Bright Lance from Lokyo. And the Chimera did go down. Of course I missed it. Also, Sergeant Smith wasn't aware of the Chimera going down as well. But it seems to be down. Wraith Guard on the field now for YazouI Samaiel. They have these awesome Wraith Cannons dealing high damage to all targets from relatively short range. Small AoE, and they suppress infantry as well. Pretty bad in melee. So you might see some Oberons in response. 382 to 334 on the VP's 1-to-1 cap. Immolator. And suppression. If that suppression kicked in a little bit earlier and they were suppressed inside of the Immolator a bit more. Oh wow. Heavy Weapon Squad just got wiped out by the Wraith Guard. That's what those Wraith Cannons can do. Those guys had an auto cannon too. Wraith Lord took some damage from it, I think. Pathogen's getting too close to shuriken fire. They're holding the line, the Eldar. Here's the Falcon of Darkar, which yet lives. Stormtroopers might go after it, maybe. Did really well against that first one. But there's guide on the Stormtroopers. Kind of just blundered in. Where was the infiltration, fellas? Did you forget your training? Grenade doesn't quite pull off. Nice idea, though, from Lokyo. And it is Oberons for Sergeant Smith, which might mean Bionic Eye and or Aura of Discipline. Down goes the Falcon. Sentinel gets it done from Sergeant Retardo. Here are your Oberons. Super heavy infantry unit. With heavy melee weapons, they can tear apart everything by smacking it with their guns. They can also shoot things reasonably well, actually. Autark drops in. Lots of pressure from the Eldar here. She's going to jump around. That would have healed allies if there was any near. But she was all alone. Anything more for this Farseer? Nope. Oberons have their bonehead leader now. Who knows how to use his head. Which we might see here. They're being suppressed. Nope. They're out of there. Suppression and then Wraith Guard damage coming in would have been really painful. Pathogen's trying to get into melee, but they took so much damage doing so. Look at the damage though from the missile launchers. Really messed up the Dire Avengers there. Tier 3 for Darkar. Lokyo's already there. So is Chaos. Got some Kashyyykin on the way. VP's really even game here, guys. Eldar have the map right now. Warlock harassing the back lines, throwing some fire in there. Makes things move. And that is a warp throw. And we can still do it when he's stunned. That's kind of cheating. Wraith Lord actually been used really well. Hasn't been overcommitted. Got some hits in there. Watch it get overcommitted now. Right now it's going to die, isn't it? The curse of Indrid has struck. Indrid, why do you do this? Is it bugged? Walkers can get bugged chasing units. No, it's turned around. More often than not, it's just players getting over eager and not wanting to turn around against an anti-vehicle unit. We have melter guns for the Lord General. Yep, the Wraith Lord's going to die. As soon as I said it was doing well, it's gonna die. Psychic Storm, can't save it. Down it goes. Got a really cool death animation. The old Retardo. Nice impressive explosion. Farseer gets away, has a Singing Spear. 309 to 334. What's going on over here? You have a Seer Council for Lokyo. And this is also being decapped. Oh, by the sneaky stormtroopers, eh? It's a webway gate there, but they can't see it. Decap and a full cap over it. Tier 3 now for YazouI. Looks like Sergeant Smith, the last player in Tier 2, having got these Ogrins up. And did we get... Oh, Bionic Eyes on the way. Inspired Determination Ogrins are awesome to see. And a Lehman Rush dropped in for Sergeant Retardo. Lord General can just call for Lehman Rushes to be dropped in. And there's Inspired Determination on the Ogrins. Going absolutely mental. Warp Throw gets them out of there. Might have saved those Guardian Weapon Team fellas, you know. Well done, Darkar. Level 3 Warlock. Ogrins are not done yet, though. That was an autark heal on the Banshees when she jumped in. They kind of get smacked around. They have the aspect of strength. That stomp did great work there. 307 to 328. 2-to-1 cap for the Eldar. Can they keep up the pressure? It's often the downfall of Eldar in these faction wars. Just can't quite keep up the pressure because they drop models and it starts to take its toll. And they have some losses like that. Things get wiped quickly. Just can't quite recover, can't quite keep it up. Fire Prism on the way for YazouI, Samaiel. And you know, Imperial Guard, pretty good at dealing with losses in general. Wraith Guard got stunned, I think. That was a stomp. I thought maybe the Spirit Seer got killed, but that was a Spirit Seer dying and stunning them. Execution of Lehman Russ. Oh, they're gonna die. Starting to happen to YazouI. Just losing sight of units here and there for a second or so. And they gone. What did the Kashyyykin get? They got plasma guns. Was expecting grenade launchers to knock things off caps. Meanwhile, back on the west side, we've got a Fire Prism from Darkar on the way. YazouI already has one on the field, and here comes a D-Cannon weapon team. Man, the Sentinels put in some work, but I think it's going to fall here yet. It was a Bright Lance shot. 269 to 317. Got the Warlock, he's level 4. Lord Commissar, he's got the Aura of Discipline as well. Periodically heals nearby allies. Oh, an Eldritch. Slightly further back and it would have hit the Ogrins better, but that was pretty good nuke. Pretty good nuke. Eldar looking quite good right now. Although, it's a 2-to-1 for the guard. Here's your Fire Prism. Here's your other Fire Prism. So good luck capping, if they can get that back, that is. Eldar are just grabbing the guard's natural. Who needs to contest it? And you have both naturals, eh, fellas? See a council do some power bashing. Some light power bashing, then they go home. Level 2. Instantly gets replaced. Stormtroopers, I bet they're going for the VP. Seen a lot of them going for the VP. Yeah, this Fire Prism's really far up. These things are like paper, 500 hit points. You need to keep them at maximum range. Ogrin looks at it funny, it's going to explode. Don't show your rear armor, guy. Triple cap for the Eldar. They're going to get the natural back, though. Lehman Russ needs some repairs and gets it. No sign of any bunkers yet, at least. Lots of resources. For Sergeant Retardo, they are going for a Baneblade, aren't they? There it is. Should they go for a Baneblade, though, is the question. Or do you just roll out the Lehman Russes and stuff? We'll see how it does. Eldar. It's dicey to get a Baneblade. They've got that Eldritch Storm, they've got the Wraith Guard. All those Bright Lances, of course. Will be buffed by the Farseers and stuff. Might not be the greatest. play, but we'll see how it does. Maybe it'll be amazing. Sergeant Smith still in tier 2. 193 to 301. Couldn't quite get this decapped. Seer Council have guide on them, I believe. Jumping around like crazy. Power melee just ripping through stuff. And they're going to get straight onto the VP again, I think, unless the tank can be moved over there. Oh boy. Sergeant Retardo down to just 2 units. And it's double Ogrins for Sergeant Smith. Power bashing here too. Eldar looking quite strong. Here come Dark Creepers for YazouI. And the Avatar for Darkar. One of the reasons Dark Creepers were added to Elite Mod is because of Ogrins. Some of that sweet plasma damage. 164 to 301. Big old burst of damage from the Wraith Cannons. Still getting shots in. Lord General's trying to tie him up. Eventually gets rid of him. Farseer keeps on chasing. What did she get knocked over by there? Was it Catechins? I think she's going to die. Indeed, she does fall down. Level 4 Warlock just sprints away. I think he's in retreat, actually. Oh, they can't quite get a decap here. Catechins being annoying and knocking them over. But now they've run out of tricks. Can they use their shotguns, maybe, if they get close? I guess I don't want to get close. There's lots of grenades waiting from there. What is this? Oh, sneaky stormtroopers. Sneaky stormtroopers. Infiltrated Seer Council. Oh, that's terrifying. From the webway gate. Guard making a push over here. That's a yeah, singularity. That's what I was looking for. And there's your Baneblade. Demon Rust getting way too close to stuff without repairs. Looks like it's doing okay-ish. Ogrin smacking around the Bright Lance. Fire Prism trying to keep them controlled. Banshees, which are somehow still alive, get rid of them. But there's more Ogrins. That's a Demolisher Cannon. Boom. Baneblade is taking a little damage. But you know what, it's a decent push. Just don't overdo it. There's another Lehman Russ. And there's an Avatar of Cain. Decapped. VP. The Guard are getting it back there. Creeping Barrage gets those things off the field, but the Baneblade does go down. The Wraith Guard and the Bright Lances and the Fire Prisms just didn't have the support, and down goes that Lehman Russ as well. That was a rough engagement for Retardo. I was going to say that might be it for the Guard, but they have a triple cap here somehow. These Stormtroopers are putting a lot of work capping, haven't they? I don't think they're going to be able to hold this though. But look at the Eldar rosters, they're massive. Got some Dark Reapers in here somewhere. D-Cannon is going back to that contested VP. Something is capping it too. Avatar taking some plasma damage. Going to take some melted damage too. Here come the Stormtroopers. And the melted bomb. It might get taken down here. That's a lot of damage. Kashyyykin are really quick as well. Farseer should be able to tie things up and help out. Good special attack there immediately from the level 2 Farseer. And here's another Avatar. Looking for a Wailing Doom maybe? Maybe? Nope. Oh, there it is. Just came a bit late. Tuck drops in, misses everything. Trying to set up a decap there, didn't quite work out. Are you capping this? Oh, it's capped. Well done. The Warlock just hanging out on the Lord General's corpse for some reason. Another Baneblade from Kaios 23. I don't hold out much hope for this Baneblade, I have to say. Bright Lances are fierce. Is that 2? Yeah, 2 Bright Lances. Oh look, Sergeant Smith thinks there's only 1 left. There'll be 2. At least 2. Where's this one? No, this is not a This is not a Bright Lance. 100 to 206 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for the Eldar. They're not out of it yet though, the Guard. Another Lehman Russ on the way for Sergeant Smith. It's going to be so tough though to get yourself back into this. You need some big plays, although these are quite infantry focused armies. If Sergeant Smith can hit a good nuke, Could make a big difference. Again, the stormtroopers got decapped, but they did go down this time. There it is. But there's the attempt. Oh, the second one's not going to hit very well. That's unfortunate for the guard. That could have been a really good one. 94 to 206. Here's Baneblade number 2. With all them guns are firing. And another Lehman Russ from Sergeant Smith is up soon. They're really pushing here, the Eldar now. Swarming the guard. And coming at them with a bunch of different stuff. It's hard to deal with this when you're this far behind already, you know. Baneblade doesn't take enough damage, it's being chased by power melee units, that's right. There's the double cap. Soon to be a triple cap, and I think this is it. Do they have an Eldritch available? Lokyo does. Look at the resources Lokyo has as well, that's crazy. That is a lot. They're still chasing it. Not doing much damage though. Farseer runs off from YazouI. Fire Prison's pushed all the way up here. Just keep them off the VPs. There's the triple. Lord the General gets repurchased by Retardo. That was a creeping barrage. Baneblade held up. Not a lot of stuff went after it though. Yeah, that's got to be it. Retardo's down to a single squad. Has resources, but there's just no time. Oh, an Eldritch. Gonna hit the Lehman Russ, is it? Not quite, but the Bright Lance on the Fire Prison would have taken it out anyway. So the Eldar take it. Solid performance from the Eldar players. Really solid. We had a level 4 Lord General, a level 4 Lord Commissar, and a level 2 Lord General. The Farseers were level 3 and level 9, bloody hell, Lokyo, with the Armour of the Assyrian at the end and Runes of Reaping, and a level 5 Warlock, who did have Providence at the end there. Fun stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Big thanks to these players for taking part, and of course Impregnable for hosting the Faction War event, and I'll see you next time.